What is up, my friends, and how's it going? And welcome back to the 15th episode of our Let's Play series as Parthia with your fellow comrades summary. In the previous episode, we had completed the conquest of the Balkans. We had taken most of the provinces over here. Meanwhile, we have created a satrapy in Hellas. At the same time, we did subjugate the Udii in the Caucasus, and we have given them the entire province of the Caucasus. And for now, the objective of this episode would be to take on the Ptolemaic faction. However, before that, I have moved my armies into position to attack Hiera Pitna, as well as I have moved a couple of armies to attack Aktau, after which I will be moving all of my armies towards the border against Egypt. And pretty much after the fall of the Ptolemies, we will be focusing on our final enemy, which is Roma. Roma has managed to grow to quite a considerable size. They almost rival our own empire, however, we are without a doubt much bigger than them. And we should be able to win against Roma. They will have professional armies. We are in, deep into the turns, so they might even have imperial legionaries, if not Marian, at the very least. And yeah, without any further ado, let us quickly have a look at our provinces. As you know, I am saving up a lot of money so that I can, upgrade my economical provinces. We are having a bit of a food situation in our hands, so we are going to, build up Macedonia temporarily as a food province to help with that food situation. And you might wonder, our economy is quite low. And that's because I've actually decided to turn off the taxation in one of the provinces. Meanwhile, as far as technology is concerned, we are researching intensified agriculture. Now, this not only gives us access to the 4th level of farms, which doubles our food production, but at the same time, it also gives a -20 slave unrest when our faction is an empire, which we are. After that, I should focus on the philosophy chain, and with that I will be done with my civil technologies and then can finally focus on my military technologies. So without any further ado, let us go ahead and declare war against Knossos and the Saka over here in the east. We are going to go ahead and declare war on the Saka first. And in order to do that, let's go ahead, just simply attack them. And they don't have any allies, so this could be a little bit dangerous because we could lose our own satrapies. However, let's take that chance. All of our satrapies join, that's great. So we can easily auto-resolve this one, but before I go ahead and do that, I'm actually going to make sure that I kill this army over here. And it's fairly easy auto-resolve. Gonna quickly auto-resolve it over there. General has leveled up, which is great. And one of the things about this auto-resolve is that gonna get that replenishment rate. One of the things of this auto-resolve is that the province of Barazim is 78% Parni culture, so we should have absolutely no problem auto-resolving it, taking in those losses. And we are gonna go ahead and simply occupy the settlement, and with that we have wiped out the Saka right off the bat in the very first turn of this episode. Let's go ahead and dismantle all the buildings we do not require. And now we are going to go ahead and attack Knossos. Attacking Knossos won't be easy. Although it appears to be an unwalled settlement, it is a walled settlement, and we pretty much have just nomadic horse archers. So what we are going to do is we are going to focus on, while our fleet over here can get back into port before we declare the war against Knossos. And I'm not entirely sure if I want to declare war on Knossos in this turn, as we can go ahead and upgrade our troops, as I do want to get a siege based army. However, maybe we can auto-resolve this one, so let's go ahead and try that. Wonderful. Again, all our satrapies joined. We can auto-resolve it. We might lose a couple of cataphract units, and don't lose any cataphract units, so that's great. We can go ahead and loot the settlement. Wonderful. With that, we are going to go ahead, and we don't need to repair any of these buildings. They're all Hellenic structures. I do intend to give this province over to my Spartan vassal over here. Unfortunately, the Spartan vassal, I cannot get more elite tiered Spartan hoplite. So I am settling for their guest hoplite. As you can see in some of my siege stacks, I do have guest hoplite. There we go. Guest hoplite are quite good. Meanwhile over here, they do have a fleet. Or rather an army at sea that can attack my capital region. Meanwhile over here, I could attack this army. And it's a very good auto-resolve. So we're just going to go ahead, auto-resolve that real quick. Make sure to enslave all the captives. And turn on our troops into that patrol stance. We could actually just ignore the whole patrol stance thing and just move our army into Pella and start moving all of our armies towards Egypt, because Egypt is without a doubt the next target. Meanwhile over here, just a quick look at... For Egypt, we will need pretty much one siege army because they just have Alexandria. The rest are all unwalled settlements, which are quite good for our nomadic based armies. And I am going to go ahead and end the turn here, but before that, a quick look at politics. Going to go ahead, hide our deceased characters. Quickly see all the characters that we can level up. Seems like most of them are leveled up to that 10-10-10 stats, except this one over here. Perhaps this one has a little less authority, and that is due to the fact that they have lost some household traits, so nothing big over there. However, it's this character that we primarily need to level up. Meanwhile, our grandson has come of age, so very soon we will want to... And he is a sociopath, so he can't be the heir. However, faction leader is only 48, so he's fairly young. I don't think he should die until the end of the campaign if we are quick enough. However, if he does die, we do have a much younger Jaxartes who can be the faction leader for a good amount of time until one of our other sons becomes quite good. So let's go ahead and quickly upgrade this character. We are going to select that praise for the zeal, and we can send her on a vacation to improve her cunning. Perfect. With that, we do need to see how we reorganize our army over here, because this is our first army led by our faction leader, so I do want to get him into the action against the Egyptians. However, it's not going to be easy to do so, as we do really need to march a long way to reach the Egyptians. And at the same time, we are also at war with Syracuse, so they do have a small army or a small fleet over here that can inflict some damage. However, we are still at an unreliable rating. That should change, however, soon enough. Because for the next couple of turns, we are going to be at peace while we mobilize all our armies down towards Egyptos. So I'm going to go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in that future when I am ready to take the fight to the Egyptians. Welcome back to the future. We have moved a few turns into the future, and pretty much we stabilized our provinces over here. We have given the province of Hierapitna to our Spartan vassal, as well as our Spartan vassal has allowed us to recruit some Neo-Homoioi Thorakite, which is the best Spartan hoplite unit. And we can get just one more, and that's pretty much what we need. And now we are going to march this army slowly towards Tyros. And once he does that, we should be able to link him up with our army over here. Army 2 Mesopotamia, replace the Spartan guest hoplites with the Spartan thorax hoplites. Meanwhile, down over here, Muscat has lost pretty much the entire Arabian Peninsula with the exception of their starting province. So we are going to go ahead and subjugate them, so that when we fight our war against the Egyptians, we will have an ally to the east of Nabata and Yehuda, while we can focus ourselves on the west. Meanwhile, up here in the north, in the province of Sarmatia, the Urgai have declared war against us, and we have army 1 Parthia towards them to attack them. And we have gotten our Spartan thorax hoplite in position to deal with them. As you can see, our economy is back up to a decent standard. We have started building up our food provinces, especially Macedonia, starting to make some more food. Meanwhile, as you can see, we are getting that level 4 food or that farm building. And once that is done, our food problem should be pretty much very well resolved. So yes, without any further ado, let us hop right into the battle with Muscat. Go ahead and make them our satrapy. It's not going to be easy to convince the Egyptians that we want to fight the war against them. We're going to have to pay them a fair bit. They will not accept. How about the Marmotas? Will you accept? Join war against Muscat. And I am going to give you a bunch of payment. And it is on high, so I'm going to drop it down a bit. They have rejected that, so let's see. Around 15, join the war against Muscat. Perfect. They have accepted. Unfortunately, our reliability rating is unreliable. We do want to resolve that. However, at this size, it's going to be really difficult to get it back up to full. Meanwhile, we are going to siege Muscat with our main general, and we are going to attack the armies that are stationed outside Muscat with our other Horde 5 Syria. And it's a really good auto-resolve, so I'm just going to auto-resolve this one. And as you can see, we haven't taken a lot of casualties. We're going to go ahead and ransom the captives. And now we are going to attack, auto-resolve the siege of Muscat. 87%. Hopefully we don't lose any cataphracts. Oof, that was close. And we go ahead and subjugate them. Now Muscat is our vassal, and we do have finally a vassal in the Arabian Peninsula. The goal over here is to kind of let's see if he will take a trade agreement with us. That's perfect. Let's ask if he will pay us for this trade agreement. That's low, so we want to drop it down a bit. High over there. Still high. Keep rising. And there we go. Good amount of money from them. Meanwhile, we are going to pay them a fair bit to improve their opinion of us. They are still at hostile. So we do want to keep giving them money so that they become a little bit friendlier towards us. And once they do that, we can go ahead and attack the Egyptians. Meanwhile, in the north, the plan will be to take out the settlements of the Ergai and perhaps subjugate the royal Scythians. And they will be quite useful against the Bosporan kingdom. So they are on neutral, perfect. Go ahead, keep paying them until they are friendly. Or at least very friendly. We are running out of money, however, not to worry. We are making 60,000 per turn. And that is because we are able to switch on our taxation in both provinces. Meanwhile, we can pay them 10,000 this time. That should take them up to quite friendly with us. Meanwhile, if we look at our other satrapies, the Bactrians are neutral, so we are going to pay them a bit as well in order to improve their opinion of us, and we are going to do the same with Pontus. There we go. Pontus. Perfect. Now all our satrapies like us. And Roma is getting unfriendly, so very soon we are going to have to deal with Roma. Meanwhile, over here, I could move my army into the sea. However, I will do that in the next turn. For now, I can get some army traditions for this horde-based army. And I'm going to focus on that archery skill. Perfect. And I am going to go ahead and move my fleet out of the port in order to help ferry these armies back across into Harmosia. And we will have to attack the Egyptians quite soon. We have to get rid of their presence in the Arabian Peninsula. However, for now, in this turn, what remains is pretty much attacking the Ergai. We do have a very stacked up army over here. The balance is quite even, and they do have a lot of horse archers. However, I'm going to quick save over here, and I will hop into the battle, and I will see you all in the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. We have deployed in our standard formation when we are using our land-based army, and as you can see over here we have our Spartan hoplites holding the center. They are flanked on either side by our Armenian legionary units. Meanwhile in the back we have our Mauryan armored longbowmen, and on the right flank we have our Mauryan tower elephants, and finally on the left flank we do have our elite cataphract horse archers. And in the back we have our general unit followed by our siege or field artillery. Let's go ahead, start the battle and move up our entire units towards the bridge. I do believe the enemy will look to attack us. And that is because we do have an artillery unit. We are going to quickly move forward. Meanwhile, a quick look over here. These are all very light. Except these guys, so I'm guessing the square box is for the guys over here. I'm gonna go ahead, start firing into those units as quickly as we can. Focus all our archers to hit their lighter units, as archers really cannot make any difference against heavier armored troops. So archers are gonna go ahead, hit those light units instead. Meanwhile, our hoplite can get into hoplite formation. Our legionaries can get into defensive testudo. Meanwhile, the cavalry on the left flank can go ahead and start targeting their units. As you can see, they are already routing. So we are quickly going to change our archers to start hitting the heavier units if we can. It's quite an easy battle, even though they have a lot of horse archers. We are like pretty much dominating them over here. Go ahead, use our archers to hit those units. This archer over here can hit this unit. And as you can see, we haven't taken any losses so far, and I hope that remains to be the case. Meanwhile, the heavy cataphracts are getting shredded. Go ahead and shoot them in the back. Use both of our archers to hit this unit. Both of the other archers to hit the other, or actually the same unit. And we are going to go ahead, turn off that fire at will. Go ahead, turn off the fire at will here, and even conserve our ammunition. So perfect. We can get our legionaries out of that defensive testudo, move our archers back, and quickly go ahead and fast forward the battle. I'm gonna make our horse archers on group 3, our elephants on group 4, since they are on the right flank. Meanwhile over here, as you can see, they have pretty much just light horse archers now, so this should be easy. We are gonna go ahead, slow down the battle, start firing. Toggle on the fire at will for our archers as well as our horse units. Move them up. Oh my god, no. Get back onto your horses. Toggle on the fire at will. Okay, go ahead. Use our archers to hit individual units, spread out the damage. Meanwhile, over here, okay, our horse archers are in position. Nope. And we are going to go ahead and toggle on that fire at will. Our Armenian legionary is starting to take some casualties. Not that much, however, could be quite good over here. We are slowly dealing with the enemy units. Keep firing into them. Our horse archers can go ahead, start shooting into the enemy. Meanwhile, this is a heavy shock cavalry. We do want to pull behind. Get our own general over there. Actually, we're going to go ahead and charge into this unit. It's a bit too late to escape it. However, we are Nicaean horse breed, so we should be able to do a significant amount of damage upon them. Very quickly over here, gonna redirect our archers. Hopefully they will be able to fire at this final unit, get it routed. And with that, we have dealt with all the enemy missile units. Get our general up close, get our legionaries out of that defensive testudo. And the archer's almost done here, and just look at that bodies of horse cavalry completely destroyed. Pretty much a very Battle of Jaxartes kind of a scenario. Meanwhile, over here we do have some enemy missile units coming forth. And if we are able to free up our cavalry, then we should be able to, you know, easily deal or dispatch those archers. Quickly over here, gonna have a look at our general cataphract charging into the enemy unit. Big damage. They should take quite a lot of damage. Just give it about 2-3 seconds. As you can see, they are busy routing, and we should be able to get rid of these units. Go ahead and make sure that we get rid of these units. 11, 10. Perfect. And now what we are going to do is we are actually going to bring our cavalry on either flank, or actually bring our cavalry here, move our general through this corner, get our elephants out over here. And once these archers kind of cross, and they will have to cross, we're going to move all of our troops slightly behind. We want them to cross that bridge, and once they cross the bridge, we can charge into them. Gonna turn off the fire at will for our horse archers. Let's fast forward the battle here so that they all get into position. Now the archers have crossed the bridge, so we can go ahead, attack them from this direction, attack them with our elephants, slow down the battle, get a nice view of this charge.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And as you can see, our Mauryan royal elephants are charging towards the enemy archers. They try to retreat, but I don't think they will be able to get across. Our cataphracts are almost upon them as well. And with that, we have managed to hit all the enemy archers. They are going to retreat. And yeah, with that, I think we have won the battle. And I will see you all in the campaign once I finish routing out as many of the enemy units as I can. Let's go ahead, keep chasing them. And yep, I will see you all in the campaign. Actually, welcome back to the battle. I have realized that they do have a lot more troops. So I am gonna quickly try to get my hoplites across the bridge. Get group 5 to cross real quick. We're gonna leave our artillery behind. Get our general as well. We don't need our archers. Gonna form up our cataphract archers on the left flank. The elephants can come on the right flank. And then we can slowly push up to the enemy unit. Archers and artillery have done quite a good job over here getting rid of the enemy cavalry. And we have almost 200 kills per unit of our missile troops. That is also pretty good. Meanwhile, our horse archers have done a good job, even our elephants. It's really our melee troops that haven't gotten the opportunity to get into the attack. However, soon enough we should be able to. We are going to fast forward ahead until we get there, get into position. And it should be pretty easy to deal with these units. They do have a unit of heavy shock cavalry. That's the only unit we need to look out for. The rest are just a bunch of light spearmen who we don't have to worry about. Well, I'll quickly have a look at the stamina of our units. They are active, so once they get into position, we are going to have to wait a little bit for them to become fresh. They are winded now. Perfect. Troops are almost into formation. Still at winded. Active, and I am just going to slowly now march them ahead, real slow, so as to conserve their stamina. These Thorax Spartan hoplites are absolutely one of the best hoplite units in the game. The only unit that's better is of course the Spartan general unit as far as hoplites are concerned. And of course we do have the Macedonian hoplite units that's also 300 men strong. Active and winded still. There we go. Gonna slow down the battle over here.
We await your order. One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Meanwhile, our Thorax swordsmen can go ahead and charge at the enemy unit. They are gonna look to hit our cavalry. However, they won't be able to. Our legionary swordsmen will catch up to them. Wonderful. We're gonna move the rest of our front line towards the enemy. Just wheel them about this way. Can go ahead, charge our cavalry into the rear. Some big damage. We just have to deal with the enemy general as well. And I am going to fast forward it because this part of the battle should be quite easy. Move up our hoplite back. Run these guys away, hurry up. Go ahead, actually you have to attack. And we can get our elephants into the battle. Spartan hoplite over here, getting to attack the enemy unit. The enemy unit shouldn't be able to do anything against our hoplite units. We are going to go ahead, charge into these units. And with that, we have won the battle. There's no point chasing them, they're really close to the border, so I am going to end the battle and I will see you all in the campaign. Alright, welcome back to the campaign. We're going to go ahead quickly enslave all the captives. Go ahead, we have wiped out that army and the garrison should be quite weak. We should be able to go ahead and attack the garrison. We haven't taken all that many losses. But we can improve the melee stats of our unit, well as the missile stats, so let's go ahead and do that. Even our general has leveled up, so we are going to take that army upkeep, give them a bit more armor. Go ahead and let's attack the settlement. We could auto-resolve it, and I am actually going to go ahead and do that. And we are simply going to occupy the settlement peacefully. Although looting it would be a better option, I do want to replenish as quickly as I can. After which I am going to attack Impera and Geros, which I am going to subjugate. However, with that, I think I am done with this turn and I will see you all in the future once all of my armies are ready to attack the Ptolemies. Alright, welcome to the next turn. We have moved Army 2 Syria towards Olbia. Meanwhile, Army 1 Parthia has fully replenished, so let's go ahead, venture forth into Impera. The settlement is undefended, we could just attack it. And the auto-resolve is not favorable, so I am going to see you all in the battle. Welcome to the battle. We have deployed our army. Let's go ahead and move them forward. The enemy has predominantly horse archers, but they are light horse archers, so our archers should be able to dispatch them real quick. Meanwhile, we can stop our march real soon, so that we can start using our artillery against the enemy units. Wonderful, and let's have a quick look at these hoplite units. They are looking fabulous. We are going to go ahead and deploy them in that phalanx formation. Getting a bit of a lag spike over here. However, it will resolve itself quite quickly. Actually, the game did crash, so I had to reload the battle. And usually this lag is kind of like a starting problem. However, it seems to have gone for now, so that is also great. Go ahead, make sure our archers are selecting individual units. Go ahead, this archer can hit that unit. Meanwhile, we do have a heavy shock cavalry. We're going to move our own horse archers to attack that heavy shock cavalry unit. Wonderful. Go ahead, charge at these units. They have charged at our legionary Armenians, so we are going to help them by charging our Nicaean cavalry into them. This should make them lose quite decisively. Meanwhile, our elephants can go ahead, charge that archer unit. This unit should pretty much be done and dusted quite quickly. And as you can see, they are already routing, so we're going to pull our horsemen behind, quickly rearrange our Armenian legionaries. Keep moving our horsemen behind and over here. Elephants can go ahead, diversify your attack. Keep moving our horsemen away. We can have a quick look at our Spartans. They are pretty hardy and they are winning decisively. Push them into that enemy unit. Stop artillery from firing. Meanwhile, our horsemen over here can go ahead and charge this enemy missile unit. And this missile unit shouldn't stand a chance against us. Our archers can move around the enemy unit. Perfect. Our hoplites are busy routing out this unit. Couldn't be able to do much against Spartan thorax hoplite. Excellent. Move our elephants towards the rear to attack here. Get our horsemen as well behind. Now our horsemen can go ahead, get into that Cantabrian circle and start attacking the enemy from behind. Our archers over here have moved on to the left flank meanwhile. So that's going to be great. Go ahead, engage in that Cantabrian circle, and these guys should be taking some significant losses for now. As can be seen, they are really getting shot by a lot of missiles. Really won't be able to hold out for much longer. And pretty much done and dusted with that, this battle. Go ahead, make our archers fire into that unit. And with that, we have quite easily won the battle with about less than 50 casualties. So I will see you all in the campaign. And down goes the garrison of Danu Apara. We are going to go ahead once again peacefully occupy, so that we can replenish in the next turn. We're not going to dismantle any of the buildings, we're going to keep them, because eventually we do want to attack Keros, as well as subjugate them. And I am going to see if I can peace out the Ogai for now. I don't really want to fight them, however... Perfect, so I was able to peace them out, so that is great. Meanwhile, a quick look at our satrapies. Are they loyal? A lot of them are neutral, so we are going to slowly improve their opinion of us. We are making quite a lot of money, so that's not going to be a problem. And very soon we have to fight a massive war against the Egyptians if we want to keep our satrapies loyal. Otherwise things can pretty much spiral out of control real quick. As you can see, several of our vassals do not like us, and that is because the Bosporan kingdom has been declaring war upon us at every possible turn. And we have been making peace, so they are not happy about that. However, of course, we are going to keep improving their opinion of us with payments. And although this is eating a sizable chunk of our economy, we are slowly improving our economy and we are making quite a bit of money. The only problem being is that even though Asia has overtaken, we do have some public order, but I do have Horde for Syria over here, which will march into the province of Asia to deal with any rebellion. Meanwhile, let's have a quick look at our politics. All of our rival parties are fairly loyal. And can go ahead, improve the public order in Sarmatia, just for the heck of it. Go ahead, hide all our deceased. And we have another son that has come of age. Unfortunately, he is obsessive, so that's not good. Quickly gonna check if we can educate any of our characters. We have about 3 characters we can educate, so let's go ahead and educate the first one. And yeah, with that, I am going to go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the future when I'm ready to subjugate the royal Scythians, as well as declare war against the Ptolemies. And these guys are at war with the Lugii. So I can use the Lugii to my advantage. Let's go ahead and end the turn, and I will see you all in the future. Welcome to the next turn. We do have banditry unrest in Mada, and we also have the banditry missing taxes in Asia, so there is no point in taxing the province this turn, so we are going to turn off the taxation. Meanwhile, things are developing quite well over here. We could attack Egypt. Should be quite easy to deal with them. We are going to break off our trade agreement with them. Meanwhile, some of our subjects look disloyal, unfortunately. So what we are going to do is we are going to improve their opinion of us. Quickly work on our other subjects. It is kind of getting harder to deal with our satrapies. However, once we fix our economy, we should be in a very good position. And of course, I want to change my reliability rating as well to help further deal with our vassals. And improve as well with the Hague. Perfect. Now all of them are quite friendly, except of course the Achaean League. So we are going to go ahead, give him some payments as well. And now he should be, all of them should be quite friendly. Meanwhile, our army over here with the 4 Spartans are going to move their way towards Jerusalem. And we are going to attack the royal Scythians over here. Keros is undefended, so we can go ahead and attack it. What we need to do is ask the Lugii if we can join the war against the Basilikoi Scythii. They will not accept, however, if I give them a payment, they might just accept. Perfect. And we are untrustworthy for now. Let's go ahead, quickly attack the settlement. And I am just going to auto-resolve this one, even though the auto-resolve is bad, because we are running out of time in this episode. We're going to go ahead, subjugate the faction. And with that, the Scythians are now our satrapy. Go ahead, get some of those army traditions, as well as try to get a trade agreement with them. It is on high. We are going to take some money for it. Wonderful. Now we are going to pay them to like us. Minus 117. We really need to be able to declare war against the Bosporan faction as soon as possible. And in order to kind of get our satrapies in check, we also could declare war against the Egyptian faction as well. For a couple of turns, I am going to fast forward into the future until I am able to get a very good reliability rating with our vassals. And then we go ahead and attack Egyptos.
I can sense that we will gladly listen to your offers, but do not wrap them in lies. The spirits know your offer is fair. We will gladly listen to your offers, but do not wrap them in lies. I accept.
Perfect. Now we can go ahead and put our army into that replenishment stance. Meanwhile, we can check if we can attack Tanais. Tanais would be a good target. It is an ally of the Bosporan kingdom. So we are actually going to go ahead, move our army across towards the Bosporan kingdom. And we are going to give the province of Danu Apara to our Scythian satraps. Get some more money. Perfect. And with that, we are ready to go ahead and end the turn after we level a few characters. Army 1 Parthia can go ahead and get some more army upkeep reduction. Perfect. Meanwhile, Patish 1 Ekbatana can go ahead get that. And we really want to save the public order for our characters over here if we can afford to do so. Go ahead, get that public order, both of them. Meanwhile, up here our spy has also leveled up, so we're gonna go ahead, get that assassination. Perfect. And with that, I am gonna go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future when I am ready to either attack the Egyptians or the Bosporan kingdom. Let's have a quick look at the Bosporan kingdom. They're currently not at war with anyone. So I think the safest bet would be to kind of declare war against the Mao Tai. I'm going to call them Mao Tai. Anyways, I am going to go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future. Alright, welcome to the future. We are making money again. We have started taxing Asia once again. However, we are running out of food, and that is because the supplies in Mesopotamia are missing due to banditry. And we are in a position to declare war against the Egyptians. However, it is quite risky. We don't have a lot of armies down south over here. We could lose a couple of settlements if we're not careful. However, I do have Horde 5 Syria as well as Horde 1 Parthia close by. They will try their level best to cut across the desert, capture Adumatu, and move into the Levant. And pretty much with that, we should begin our invasion of Egypt. However, to attack Egypt, what we need to do is we need to ask to join the war against Egypt. It is on moderate. I'm gonna pay you a little bit. And you do accept. We are back at unreliable. Meanwhile, I'm gonna ask the Muscat to join the war against Egypt. They are on low. And if I pay them as well, they will be on low. And very lucky that we could declare war this way. Otherwise, they might have broken off from us. And these guys are on high. Okay, they have accepted to join the war. Bactria, will you join the war against Egypt, please? You are on low as well. We are running out of money. However, in the next turn, we should have 80,000. Bactria has joined as well. That is good news. Meanwhile, Armenia, can you join?
And take wine to cool the head before we hit the day with words.
Armenia, join the war against Egypt. Alright, let's see if you will join. You are on low. Even if I give you a good amount of money, you are on low. Pontus, join the war against Egypt.
If we speak anything but truth in our deliberations.
And you are on moderate, so you might accept. Wonderful.
I must accept.
We have 3 of our factions who are at war with Egypt. We are gonna ask. And perhaps the Scythians might. They are also low. What about the Achaean League?
We are civilized folk. So
Alright, they're all on low, so we won't be able to ask them to join the war against Egypt. However, we do have Army 2 Mesopotamia over here that can go ahead, attack the settlement. I don't have much time left for the episode, so I am going to auto-resolve this one. Can go on defensive stance. We're gonna go ahead and loot the settlement. And we have reached our next Imperium level, which is great. Gonna move out of the settlement. Or actually... yeah, we're gonna move out of the settlement. And we are going to take that replenishment rate, as well as some skills for our melee abilities. And over here, what I quickly want to do is I want to turn off the taxes so that I don't lose as much food. And I want to sell the province to Muscat. Alright, I do have an army here as well. They can move towards Jerusalem, so let's go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, give them some army upkeep, some replenishment as well. And I can also move my main general army, and I should. However, it is a harsh summer over here. So what, I am going to move him into Charax. Hopefully he should be able to... like, you know, kind of replenish over there. What I could do is I could actually move him into the port. That way he won't take the summer attrition. He will consume a bit more food, however. And with that, I think I am ready to go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn as we take on the Egyptians. Welcome to the next turn. We do have a slave revolt in Rhodos. Major region sold to a client state for 2400. That is pretty good. And what we are going to do is we are going to slowly march our army back across into Charax. Meanwhile, this army over here, can he reach Adumatu? That is Yathreb. See if he can reach Adumatu. He is moving a lot, and he actually can reach Adumatu, so that's good news. And he didn't take any casualties whatsoever, so we can go ahead and quickly auto-resolve this one. Go ahead and loot the settlement once again. Perfect. Move him out of the settlement. And we are going to sell Adumatu to Muscat again. And one danger we have here is there is an Egyptian army close by. We really need to actually hire a general over here in order to get some mercenaries, and also go ahead, gonna name him Horde 8. Horde 8. Horde 8 can be, I guess, Italia, in anticipation of our attack in Italy. Meanwhile, we can get some mercenaries over here. Shouldn't be that great against the Egyptian army. However, we'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, our character over here can further push towards Tyros. Our fleet over here can begin to recruit some more ships. We won't be able to deal with these Egyptian fleets. They are incredibly powerful. And I could really move this army all the way down south towards Charmotas, and that is probably the best course of action. And I'm going to see if I can quickly hire yet another general over here in Tyre. That is going to be a little bit risky. Arsacid Dynasty Raise Army. And you are the last army we can possibly have, so I am going to name you Army for Italia. There we go. And see what we can get in terms of our mercenaries. Deploy you in this city over here. Excellent. Upgrade you. We are going to move this army all the way down south towards Charmotas, because that is the play. Meanwhile, we are going to put this army into the port so that he can move a fair bit in the next turn. This army is moving towards Charmotas in anticipation of attacking that Egyptian army should it decide to cross. Meanwhile, over here, we can ask to see if the Muscats would join the war against the Ptolemies. They are on low. However, if we pay them, it's still on low, which is not too bad, I guess, because, you know, I really don't want them to kind of be attacked by the Egyptians. Ptolemies, nope. And the reason is our satrapies really do not like us. What about Pontus? You're already at war with Egypt. the Udii, you're the next faction. Join the war against the Ptolemies. I am gonna pay you. You might most likely accept. Nope. You do not. And I really need to get rid of my untrustworthy. Meanwhile, the Basilikoi Scythii are quite unfriendly with us. We are gonna improve their opinion of us. Get all of these guys to kind of be a little bit more loyal. Perfect. We're gonna improve with the Udii as well. What we need to do really is we need to attack the Bosporan kingdom as well. That is our only option. However, we risk some of our satrapies not joining the war and kind of rebelling against us. That is a major risk that we have to take, unfortunately.
Your proposal be welcome, but may Athena strike us all dumb if we speak anything.
Perfect. All our satrapies are quite loyal except the Armenians. We are going to improve the relationships with them as well. We're losing most of our money keeping our satrapies loyal. And meanwhile, quick look at what's going on in the Bosporan region. As you can see, these guys are at war with the slaves. And yeah, I don't really know what to do here. I mean, declaring war against the Bosporans is quite risky. Meanwhile, they do have 2 stacks over here. And my armies over here are almost fully replenished. So I could actually just sit in there for yet another turn. And I can actually move this army over here, quickly capture Pantikapaon. That should give me a slight advantage. I mean, Bosporans do have an army over here, so perhaps attacking them this turn is not the wisest of decisions. Instead, what we are going to do before we go ahead and end the turn is actually sell Adumatu to Muscat. Wonderful. And we do have this army over here who we can also march across in an attempt to reach the west where Egypt is. Perfect. And with that, I was gonna go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the future. Ah, yes, I did forget we have a slave rebellion over here. So we're gonna have to move towards Rhodos as best as we can. We do want to deal with that slave rebellion. They are gonna retreat. Looks like our army is taking attrition, however that is incorrect. Quickly go ahead, deal with that rebellion. And we are going to enslave all of the captives. And the slave uprising has been crushed and they have been enslaved yet again. We're going to quickly move our army into Asia Minor. That should solve a lot of our problems with the public order in Asia Minor. Meanwhile, we are also going to try to get this army back down south over here so that he can support the war effort against the Ptolemies. The Ptolemies are almost kicked out of the Arabian Peninsula. That is good news. However, I am going to go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the next turn. Welcome back to the next turn. We are going to promote the suspect over here. One of our characters has died. Several of our characters have died. Just quickly going to check if it's anyone from our army. And it's nobody from the army. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and move this character back, our faction leader, into Petra. Perfect. And what has happened is actually this faction over here, the Chatramoti Thai, have declared war upon us. And that's a good thing because now all of our satrapies should be a lot more loyal towards us. And maybe we can get them to join the war against Egypt.
Have my full attention. My ears await your words, as willing slaves.
No. Well, that is unfortunate. What we can do is slowly move our army back towards Charax, try to get some replenishment going. Meanwhile, this army over here can march towards Tyros. And we are going to move our Spartan army towards Jerusalem. Meanwhile, up in the north, we could move this army towards the Bosporans. And we are going to sell this province to our Scythian vassals. Wonderful. And pretty much nothing else to do in this turn except, of course, move our character on to Asia. Get him over there, perfect. And with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn. I mean, we are slowly gaining a bit of money, so I could level up some provinces. What I do want to check is my public order. In Asia, it is decreasing once again. And so what I do want to do is actually use one of my characters to improve the public order of Asia. Wonderful. And then what I want to do is I want to see if I can level up any of our characters. Seems like this character over here can't get married. However, I can improve the zeal as well as the authority of this character over here. And with that, I can also probably... No, not quite yet. I do have another household trait that will give me public order. So I am going to go ahead and assign that to one of these guys over here. Pretty much all of them have that public order trait. Quick check whether Rhodos has it. He doesn't, so that's great. Let's go ahead, give them that household trait. And yeah, with that, I think I can go ahead and end the turn. But very quickly, I am going to also check if I can level up any of my characters. And it seems I can go ahead and level up this character over here. I do want to get the minor diplomatic bonus. However, I think more important is, of course, the empire maintenance. And I will be focusing a lot on the blue tree as we enter the end game over here. Or the late game, rather. That is because the blue tree, has a much greater impact on the factional benefits. Meanwhile, quick look at our food. Arriva. So pretty much in the next turn, our food should be resolved. So I'm going to go ahead and end the turn. And I will see you all in the next turn. Alright, welcome back to what will be the final turn of this episode. We are going to go ahead and upgrade some of our settlements. Real quick, can build yet another temple over here. And really quickly, we're going to go through all of our provinces. We'll see which ones we can level up. And there's not much we can do over here. Our economy is on the rise. So that is, of course, great. Can go ahead, upgrade this to get even more food. I want to upgrade these buildings as well. And with that, everything seems to be fine. I can upgrade these settlement buildings to increase our growth rate over here. I can do the same in Antiochia. Not only will this increase our growth rate, it also gives us extra defense from the attacks of the Ptolemies. So that is also a good idea. Meanwhile, over here in Rhodos, things are looking fine. Our army over here can slowly start marching down towards Syria and of course the Levant. We are slowly mobilizing our armies across. And our general, our main faction leader, can he reach Yathrib? He cannot, so we are going to move him down towards Charmotas. And protect it against this settlement over here. Meanwhile, this character, he can't really reach Yathrib. And we are going to... We are going to move him as close as possible. Perhaps a place where he won't take attrition. I mean, he could very much take attrition over here because it is a desert province. So what I have to do is... I think I don't really have much of a choice. I am just going to bite the bullet, go ahead, march across that desert land. And he hasn't taken attrition this turn. And in the next turn, he can go ahead and attack that settlement. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and end this turn so that you all can see that I have successfully managed to kick out the Egyptians from from the Arabian Peninsula. So that is one of the objectives of this episode achieved. Meanwhile, up here in the north, the Bosporans have declared war upon us, and they have also managed to conquer Phasis. However, that comes at a cost, since we can easily take over Pantikapaon, and we can reinforce with our second army. This should be a fairly easy auto-resolve. Let's go ahead and take out the Bosporan capital. We're gonna go ahead. We nearly lost a lot of troops over there. We're gonna go ahead and loot the settlement. And then we are going to perhaps use our armies to kind of march this way into the Bosporans. And perhaps that will pretty much solve our issues with the Bosporans. I could, however, sue for peace with the Bosporans. Not sure if that would be a good idea. And you know what, I could also declare war against these guys.
Welcome. Speak to the point.
But I'm not sure if my satrapies would join that war. So that is scary. What we can do over here is get that extra replenishment rate, improve our abilities as well. And very quickly gonna go ahead, level up our characters. Wonderful. Seems like everyone is leveled up, so nothing much to do there. What we do need to do, however, is kind of declare this war against the Bosporan allies. However, I'm not sure if all my satraps will join. And I am actually going to save the game over here real quick. And then I'm going to declare the war. Hopefully all of my satrapies join. If they do not, that's going to suck. Let's see. We are going to select the Maotai. And we are going to declare war upon them. And all of our satrapies join, which is excellent. Now we can pretty much set their province as a point of attack as well. Gonna go ahead, end the turn, and I will see you all in the final turn. Alright, welcome to the end turn, and couldn't really get to the end turn, and that is because we are being attacked by this massive Egyptian army with really a lot of pikes, some elephant units as well, 3 or 2 elephant units. And this is going to be a really decisive battle. I am going to go ahead and end the episode because we don't have enough time to show this battle, and we're going to begin the next episode with a bang. And so anyways, I thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you like the video, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe if you are interested for more. Peace and love.